All right, all right. Let's start. Let's throw on something real quick. Got like 45 minutes for this first session, so okay. Let's raise the volume a bit here. So we can wake the heck up. All right, so we're continuing from here. A dictionary within a dictionary. Let's read this. We can nest a dictionary inside another. Okay, so here we have a dictionary, and this dictionary holds other dictionaries where the key is the username and the value is the first name, last name, and location. Over here, he takes the username, user info, which is another dictionary. He prints the username, and then he assigns the name to the variable full name, and he does a string literal. He says user info first because he is accessing the first the value of the first key here, the key called first. So user info, because user info now is a key of a dictionary, right? So to access its value, we're going to put square brackets and then write the name of the key. So user info first in the first iteration gives us Albert. So Albert, user info last, and then simply grabs the last name, Einstein. And then we have location, which is user info location, does the same thing for the second one. Notice that, let me see, username. So notice over here, we have a new line escape character. So that's so that on the second iteration, we'll have a space when we see Marie Curie. And then we have full name and location. These have tabs, so they're going to appear slightly to the right. Okay. Let's do that real quick. Let's just recreate that. Just to get warmed up, right? So I'm going to grab some info so I don't have to type it out myself from my GPT. All right. So, shut up. So in our example here, all right, we'll say musicians. Let's pretend these are usernames, right? Okay. And just to recreate what he did, just to warm up, we're going to print out their names. All right, so we're going to say for username, and then we have user info, right? In musicians, I'm going to do items. Say for musician info, right? And then what is he doing? He's printing. He's telling us here's the username, and then we are getting the. Let's look at this and just read it and understand what he's doing before I just copy it. So we're getting the username. So we'd say like username, M Curie. Then we have first and last name in a single variable here. Then we have location, again saved to a variable, and then we do stuff with these. So this is the next output where we're going to get full name, what the full name is, and location, what the location is. So real quick, I just took these and I made them into lowercase. Okay. So we got print. At the escape character here. The I'm going to say musician, and then we got musician. So if we do this now, then we're going to have full name, so here musicien, right? Musicien stands for the key. It's the key itself. So if I just put musician in here, that's just the key. But we want the last name. So since musician in the first iteration is this, it's my dictionary. And I want the first name. And then again, we want musician info, my bad. If I print musician info, we get another object. A dictionary. So if I want, for example, to access Chuck, So I'm going to say so that's the first name. Okay. We don't want to print it. We're going to save this. And location, right? So for location, we're just straight grabbing a location. So that's and then we're saying print full name last name. So we have full name. No problem. Only thing is that these are not line breaks. These should be tabs, so it looks nicer. All right. That's also title piece. Okay. Great. Let's continue. All right, we'll define the dictionary called users with two keys, one each for the usernames Einstein and Mercury. So Einstein, Mercury, this is one. This is one key, this is another. The value associated with each key is a dictionary that includes each user's first, last name, and location. So this particular key over here, its value itself is a key dictionary. Then we loop through the user's dictionary over here. Python assigns each key to the variable username, and the dictionary associated with each username is assigned to the variable user info. So this here, user info, is holding this dictionary. Just like over here, musician info is associated with the value of each key. So in the first iteration, musician info held this dictionary, which is the value of this key. Python assigns each key to the variable username, and the dictionary associated with each username is assigned to the variable user info. Now we loop. Bro, maybe I shouldn't code first thing in the morning. Then we start accessing the inner dictionary. The variable user info, which contains the dictionary of user information, has 3 keys: first, last, location. We use these to access it, and we get this. Voila. Notice that the structure of each user's dictionary is identical. Not required by Python, but the structure makes nested dictionaries easier to work with. If each user's dictionary had different keys, the code inside the for loop would be more complicated. All right, we got this exercise, so then we're finally done with chapter 6. So, first one. So, it says, start with the program you wrote for exercise 6 on page. Bro, I don't fucking save these. What was it? Exercise 1. That was use a dictionary to store info about a person you know. First name, last name, blah, blah. Okay, yeah. So let's just do that again real quick. It was like a person you know. First, last name, age, and city they live in. Sure. Okay. So I'm just going to say first. That's my out breath. Last. Just going to make some stuff up. First, last name, age. Okay. Make 2 new dictionaries representing different people and store all 3 dictionaries in a list of people. Sure. The first, last name, age, and city. Okay, so I didn't even. All right. So we say people, right? So here's the dictionary, and inside each one, but what's the key going to be? Okay, so for each key, I'm just going to use a format like. Okay, so we got first name. I know, yeah, I can spit all this out for us. But let's learn what we're doing before we go vibe coding. I have no clue how to fix stuff later. When the client says, hey, can you fix this part here? People like telling me, hey, can you fix it? I don't know how to fix it. Alright, so we got first name. Just gonna make up Asia, okay? Alright, first name. Letter. I don't know. Make sure everything here is okay. Just print this whole thing. Okay, got it. Then what? Loop through the list, and as you loop through the list, print everything you know about each person. Sure. So if I'm going to loop through this, right? Then we can say we'll just say full name is blah blah years old and is from blah blah. Right? Sure. So for person, now person is each key. Person info refers to each key's value, which itself is a dictionary. So for person, person info, and people, right? And we can just make sure if I print person and if I print person info. So person is going to give me these. Forgot to do items. Right? So person gives me the key of each, what do you call it in a dictionary? Entry. And if I do person info, it will give me the value of each key, which in this case, you will see these three dictionaries. Okay, great. So we're going to say, let's do some similar crap you did here. What do you do here? Do we want to print the username? Let's print the so-called username. I don't know, man, just so we can, access the key, okay? So we're going to print we're going to say username is going to be a person, right? So if we do this now, we're going to get the username, right? Okay. And then let's grab the first and last name, call it full name, right? So full name, that's straight going to be, so the full name is the value of, so we're going to get person info. Right, so we got person info. This is a dictionary. In order to access the value of a dictionary, we're going to say first name, right? And then over here, we're going to say lads, last name. Yeah. And then finally, we're going to say, let's grab the location too, right? So we got their username. Let's grab the age, which is going to be person info age. And let's grab the location. Person info city. Let's keep it simple. Let's call this city as well. So we're going to get this, right? And then under that, we're going to print full name. Anything more interesting we could say was let's do it. I don't know. Why not? What's going on? Line 25. Problem, buddy. 26. Full name. F string expecting, right? Did we not close this? Person info name. Username, E. Presley, Elvis, and you know what? We can do a tab. Elvis Presley is a musician. He's 42 years old and he's from Tupelo. He's a Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry is a musician. He's 36 years old and he's from St. Louis. Gotta be ready for this. The kids will love it. Little Richard is a musician, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. Done. Done and done. What's the next exercise? Next one. Pets. Make several dictionaries where each dictionary represents a different pet. In each dictionary, include the kind of animal and the owner's name. Store these dictionaries in a list called pets. So we get a list, and inside that list, we're going to hold these dictionaries. Next, loop through your list, and as you do, print everything you know about each pet. So let's go here. Give me 3 dictionaries. So I'm not sitting here thinking of like, what should I make up? Give me 3 dictionaries of pets. For each pet, give me the type of pet, doggy, snake, bird, no cats, just give me a break. And include the owner and what else? Oh no, we don't need details about the pet. Yep, good enough. In each dictionary, okay, store the dictionaries in a list called pets. So here's a list called pets. Storing dictionaries in a list, right? How do I store these in the list? Each pet needs to be one full dictionary. Right. So let's take this here. Okay. Should have been obvious, right? But what encoding is not obvious once you figure it out. So I got pet name. Okay. All right, got it. Now, next up, it says store these, next loop through your list, and as you do, print everything you know about each pet. So we can say Buddy is a dog. No, Alice has a dog named Buddy, right? Ben has a snake called Slither. So for pet, in pets, now each pet is a dictionary, right? So if I want the pet name, right, to access it, I would say so let's just get a look at it. Each pet is the actual dictionary. So if I wanted the pet name, right? Pet name. Each pet is a dictionary. I'm deleting that on purpose because I want to redo it. So pet name right? Type but we can't use type. Okay, and owner. Okay, and then we're going to say has name. Alice has a dog named Buddy, blah blah. Question here. What's the advantage of storing dictionaries as the elements of a list? The advantage is that a list lets you store many similar objects, and each dictionary lets each object have multiple named details. The advantage is that a list lets you store many similar objects, and each dictionary lets each object have multiple named details. For your pet's example, the structure makes sense because each pet has the same kind of information. The list answers how many pets do I have and how do I go through them one by one, and the dictionary answers for this one pet what are its details. Example, list of customers, where each customer is a dictionary. List of orders, where each order is a dictionary. So list is a collection of things in a dictionary details about one thing. And what's the advantage of having lists as values of a dictionary? One key can point to multiple related values. Customer has multiple orders. Student has multiple grades. He has multiple actors. Okay, good. Third exercise here, 6-9. Make a dictionary called favorite places. Think of 3 names to use as keys in the dictionary. And store 1 to 3 favorite places for each person. To make this exercise a bit more interesting, ask some friends to, loop through the dictionary and print each person's name and their favorite place. 2 easy. Let's just get some quick data here. The exercise specifically said 1 to 3 favorite places. You'd think this would be like a simple thing, right? All right. So we got So we got a dictionary called Favorite Places. And inside we're going to have 3 people, and each person is going to have 1, 2, 3 favorite places of theirs, right? So oh wait, but this should be a list, right? Yeah. So what are Julius Caesar's favorite places? Yeah. Yeah. Rome, Alexandria. Okay. And then we got Napoleon. Favorite places? Paris, of course. Corsica. This is the kitchen. And then we got Genghis. So we got Kenti Mountains, probably a nice vacation spot. And sounds relaxing. All right. We got 3 people in their favorite places. Now it says, loop through it and print each person's name and their favorite places. Cool. So for person, wait, for person, place, items, right? And before we go printing, just to check, it's nice to say print, just to confirm like what person returns or what place returns. Let's actually think about it so we know what we are expecting before we return it, right? So person here is going to stand for, because we're using items, right? It's going to stand for each key. So if I do print person, I'm going to get Julius Napoleon Genghis, right? And if I do place, I'm going to get 3 lists. Easy. So now we're going to say so-and-so's favorite places are 1, 2, 3. Now I could say now, come on, bro. Now I could say person's favorite places are, right? Easy enough. Then we're going to grab the individual places. Now I could do like place 1, and then say place 0, and so on, right? For example, our Rome and so and so. But would it be possible to actually also loop through the list items themselves? Okay, first of all, let's do it like this. And then we will refactor and improve it. All right, and we can do a title case on these and all that, right? Now, the thing is, so how do we actually loop through them? And also, what if somebody had like only 2 favorite places? Then it breaks, right? So we want to actually be able to loop through this. Now, how would we do that? So we'd be saying for persons and then loop through the places and print each one. I got it. Closing this bracket. Okay. Person is the key. Places the value, which is the list. Got it. Then inside the loop. Yeah, I got that part. Okay. Then we have to loop through the list. Again, I know how to loop through the list. Yeah, that's not a problem. The question is, how do we hmm, so ChatGPT saying do this, right? Fair enough. But yeah, but can I put them in one line, like a proper sentence? Right. So we'd have to join the list into a string using join. Okay. So basically, I wanted to do, Julius' favorite places are, and um, instead of printing like this, underneath it, I just wanted to say, place one, place two, right? Place three. For that, we would have to put them all in a string and join it, and then we can print it like that, which is fine. All right, let's stop here for now. We're going to continue later.